Have you ever wondered how the ancient philosophy of Stoicism can empower your life today? Welcome to a journey exploring a way of life that has stood the test of time, one that nurtures resilience and inner strength, the philosophy of Stoicism. Born in the Stoa or porches of ancient Athens, Stoicism is a philosophy that champions the power of restraint. It's about understanding what is within our control and what is not, and finding peace in that understanding. It's about cultivating virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, and in doing so, fostering a life of tranquility and satisfaction. In this fast-paced, hyper-connected modern world, Stoicism provides a beacon of calm. It urges us to pause, to reflect, and to focus on the inner self. It teaches us to resist the lure of external validation, to guard our inner peace, and to find strength in silence and restraint. But how, you may ask, can this ancient philosophy find relevance today? Well, consider this. In a world where our every thought, action, and achievement are often laid out for public consumption, the Stoic practice of keeping certain aspects of our lives private can be truly empowering. It's about recognizing the value of our personal journey, independent of public opinion or validation. And so we embark on this exploration of Stoicism with a particular focus on 15 key aspects of our lives that, according to Stoic philosophy, are best kept private. From our goals and personal struggles to our acts of kindness, material wealth, and philosophical beliefs. From our inner peace and resentments to our plans, acts of generosity, moral triumphs, positive changes, learnings from mistakes, inner circle, daily rituals, and our fears. Each of these elements, when nurtured privately, can foster a sense of self-reliance and inner strength that is uniquely empowering. So are you ready to delve into the subtle power of restraint and the strength found in keeping certain aspects of our lives private? Join us as we delve into 15 things you should never tell anyone, according to Stoic philosophy. Let's explore the power of Stoicism together. Firstly, Stoicism suggests that you guard your ambitions. Think about it. There's a special kind of power in keeping your goals close to your chest. It's not about being secretive, but rather about allowing your actions to take center stage rather than your words. Let's delve into this more. Imagine your goal as a seed. You wouldn't announce to the world that you have a seed, would you? Instead, you'd plant it, water it, nurture it, and let it grow. Only once it has bloomed into a beautiful flower would you then show it to the world. The same principle applies to your ambitions. Guard them, work on them, let them materialize. This way you create a space for your ambitions to grow without external influence or pressure, keeping your focus undiluted. This aligns with the Stoic philosophy of self-reliance and inner strength. Your ambitions are your journey. Let your actions narrate your story. Remember, your actions are your loudest voice. Secondly, Stoicism teaches the power of enduring personal struggles in silence. This philosophy recognizes that each of us faces our own battles, often unseen and unspoken. Yet, it is not in the broadcasting of these struggles that we find strength, but in the quiet resilience of facing them head-on. Consider the image of a tree standing firm against a storm. It doesn't announce its resistance, it simply endures, weathering the tempest with silent resolve. This is the essence of Stoicism. It's about understanding that life's storms are inevitable, but how we choose to face them is entirely within our control. We learn, grow, and become stronger from these personal battles not by shouting them from the rooftops, but by quietly overcoming them. It's in the silent victories, the ones only we know about, that we find our true strength. True strength is silent, and not all battles need an audience. Thirdly, let your acts of kindness speak for themselves. In the realm of Stoicism, kindness is not a currency to be traded for recognition or praise, but a virtue to be practiced for its own inherent value. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once noted, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." This concept is directly applicable to acts of kindness. When we perform a good deed, we should do so without the expectation of reward or acknowledgement. The act itself, and the positive impact it has on another's life, should be the only satisfaction we seek. This approach frees us from the cycle of expectation and disappointment, allowing us to find true contentment in the present moment. It's not about the applause that might follow, but the quiet satisfaction that comes from knowing you've made a difference. Remember, the greatest acts of kindness are often those that go unnoticed. Kindness is its own reward. Before we move on, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification button for more valuable content like this. Now, let's shift our focus to a virtue that is often overlooked yet greatly powerful. The fourth one is humility. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate humility, not by diminishing our accomplishments, but by refraining from flaunting our material wealth. This principle isn't about hiding success or pretending to be less than we are. Instead, it's about understanding that our value and worth are not determined by external possessions, but by our character, our actions, and our integrity. Flaunting wealth can often create a barrier, distancing us from others. It can also cloud our judgment, making us believe that our worth is tied to what we have rather than who we are. So practice humility. Let your actions, your kindness, your wisdom be the wealth that you display. True wealth is not measured by possessions, but by the richness of one's character. Our journey into the principles of Stoicism leads us to the fifth key point: philosophical beliefs. Stoicism encourages us to share our wisdom, to impart the knowledge we have gained, to help others learn and grow. However, it also advises us to avoid getting entangled in debates that lead to unnecessary conflict. Stoicism isn't about winning arguments or proving our intellectual superiority. Instead, it promotes harmony, understanding, and growth. Engaging in heated debates often disrupts peace and hinders our ability to learn. Stoicism reminds us that the goal is not to win arguments, but to understand, to learn, and to grow. So, next time you find yourself in a debate, remember this principle. It's not about proving a point. It's about gaining wisdom and promoting harmony. Wisdom is not about winning debates, but about understanding and growth. Our exploration of Stoicism brings us to the sixth principle: inner peace. Stoicism urges us to protect our tranquility by steering clear of unnecessary drama and complaints. It's about maintaining a serene mind no matter what chaos may surround us. This philosophy teaches us that our inner peace is too valuable to be disturbed by trivial matters or petty grievances. By avoiding such disturbances, we can maintain a calm and balanced mind, which in turn leads to a more fulfilling and tranquil life. So, the next time you find yourself on the brink of getting entangled in unnecessary drama or complaints, remember this principle. Your peace is too precious to be disturbed by minor inconveniences or conflicts. Inner peace is not a destination, but a journey, a daily practice that we need to nurture and protect. Our journey into Stoicism continues with the seventh principle: resentments. Stoics are keen advocates of forgiveness, for they believe that harboring grudges only poisons your own well-being. Imagine resentment as a heavy chain, anchoring you down, preventing you from moving forward. Stoicism teaches us to break this chain. Holding on to resentment, harboring anger or grudges against others, only harms our own tranquility and peace. It's akin to drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. Instead, by embracing forgiveness, we allow ourselves to let go, to release these heavy chains, and to move forward, lighter and unburdened. Remember, forgiveness isn't about the other person. It's about your own liberation. So choose to forgive, not because they deserve your forgiveness, but because you deserve peace. Remember, forgiveness is the key to personal freedom. In the eighth principle of Stoicism, we learn about the art of concealment. Not every detail of your future needs to be laid bare for all to see. Stoicism teaches us to guard our plans and dreams, to keep them close to our chest. Why? Because our dreams are delicate. They are precious. They need time to grow and materialize. Sharing them with everyone can sometimes lead to unnecessary scrutiny, criticism, or even theft of our ideas. Stoics believe in the power of silent achievement. They work quietly, diligently, allowing their results to speak for themselves. This approach not only protects our dreams, but also allows us to remain focused, undistracted by the noise of the outside world. So, as you journey through life, remember this Stoic teaching. Your dreams are your own. They are your secret garden. Protect them. Let them grow in the silence and the shadows until they are strong enough to bear the light of day. Remember, the oak tree, mighty and strong, starts as a tiny acorn, hidden and protected under the soil. Let your dreams be that acorn. Let them grow in strength, in silence, and when they are ready, they will emerge, mighty and strong for all to see. In the 9th principle of Stoicism, we uncover the virtue of generosity. True generosity, as Stoics believe, is not about seeking applause or recognition. It's not about the grand gestures that grab headlines. Instead, it's the small, quiet acts of kindness that often go unnoticed. It's about giving without expectation, without a need for something in return. It's about understanding that the act of giving in itself is a reward. Stoics teach us that the real joy in life comes not from receiving, but from giving. They believe that by giving, we enrich our own lives. We cultivate a sense of gratitude and contentment, which leads us to a deeper understanding of our place in the world. So as you walk the path of Stoicism, remember this: true generosity seeks no recognition. It's about giving freely, generously, with an open heart, because in the end, the joy of giving is its own reward. In the 10th principle of Stoicism, we delve into the realm of moral triumphs. Stoicism encourages us to act virtuously, not for the sake of applause or approval, but because it is the right thing to do. Let your deeds be your voice. Instead of seeking validation from outside, focus on the internal satisfaction that comes from knowing you have acted rightly. Remember, your actions are the true testament of your character. They speak louder than any words ever could. So as you continue your journey on the path of Stoicism, let your virtuous actions speak for themselves. Let them be your moral triumphs. For in the end, it is not the applause that matters, but the peace and satisfaction that comes from knowing you have done the right thing. As we stride further on the path of Stoicism, we arrive at our 11th principle: positive changes. Stoicism doesn't just encourage us to act virtuously, it also pushes us to make positive changes in our lives. These changes, like our virtuous actions, should not be made in the pursuit of applause or recognition, but because they improve our lives and the lives of those around us. Imagine a world where everyone strives to better themselves, not for the sake of vanity, but for the sheer joy of personal growth and contributing to the collective good. This is the world that Stoicism envisions, and it starts with you. Be the change you want to see in the world. Remember, you have the power to influence your environment, but it starts with transforming your own life. As we conclude this principle, bear in mind that change is a constant process, a journey rather than a destination. And this journey, like all aspects of Stoicism, does not require an audience. It begins and ends with you. So as you go forth and make positive changes, remember that the applause is not the goal. The goal is the peace and satisfaction that come from knowing you have improved yourself and by extension the world around you. Change starts with you. Be that change. As we move forward on our Stoic journey, we come to our 12th principle: learning from mistakes. Stoicism teaches us that setbacks are not failures, but opportunities for growth. They are the stepping stones on the path to becoming better versions of ourselves. The Stoics believed that every mistake, every setback is a lesson waiting to be learned. Instead of dwelling on the negative, they would ask themselves, what can I take from this? How can I grow from this experience? They understood that mistakes are unavoidable, but that does not make them bad. In fact, they can be our greatest teachers if we allow them to be. So, as you continue to make positive changes in your life, remember to embrace your mistakes. Don't shy away from them. Instead, view them as opportunities to learn, to grow, and to become a better person. As we have learned from Stoicism, the journey to self-improvement is not about avoiding mistakes, but about learning from them. So remember, mistakes are not failures. They are stepping stones. They are opportunities for growth. Embrace them, learn from them, grow from them. As we delve deeper into our Stoic journey, we come to our 13th principle, your inner circle. Stoicism doesn't only teach us about individual self-improvement, but also highlights the importance of our relationships. It reminds us to value and protect the intimacies of our close relationships, as not every aspect of our lives needs an audience. It's essential to remember that while it's good to share, there are aspects within a relationship that should be kept between the two parties involved. This could be a shared memory, a special moment, or even a disagreement. These are the threads that weave together to form the unique tapestry of your relationship, and it's worth guarding them. So before you share something from your close relationships, consider whether it's necessary or beneficial to do so. Remember that your close relationships are precious, and they require your protection. Just as you guard your goals and your inner peace, so too should you guard the intimacies of your relationships. After all, these relationships are a crucial part of your journey, influencing and shaping you as you grow and learn. So guard them, value them, and remember that not everything needs an audience. As we continue on our path, we reach the 14th principle, daily rituals. Stoicism encourages the development of daily rituals. These rituals, be it meditation, journaling, exercise, or simply enjoying a cup of tea in silence, provide a structure that guides us through each day. They are the anchors that ground us, the compass that directs us, and the quiet space where we can reflect and gather our strength. Yet just like the intimate details of our relationships, these rituals are also worth guarding. They are personal, deeply intertwined with our individual journey and our personal growth. They are not something to be shared lightly, for in sharing, we risk losing a piece of the sacredness that makes these rituals so powerful. So keep the specifics of these rituals close to your heart. Cherish them, protect them, and allow them to serve as your private sanctuary. Remember, your rituals are your own. They are your daily acts of self-care, your personal expressions of love for yourself. They are your silent prayers, your whispered hopes, your quiet strength. So guard them, value them, and remember that not everything needs an audience. After all, these rituals are an integral part of your journey, shaping and molding you as you grow and learn. As we stand on the cusp of the end of our journey, we arrive at the 15th principle, your fears. Stoicism teaches us to face our fears with courage. It tells us that fear is not our enemy, but a challenge to be overcome. It inspires us to meet our fears head-on, to confront them, to grapple with them, and ultimately, to conquer them. Yet in the process, we do not need to broadcast our vulnerabilities. We do not need to put our fears on display for the world to see. We do not need the validation of others to overcome our fears. Instead, we can face our fears in the quiet solitude of our hearts. We can confront them in the silent strength of our spirits. We can conquer them in the privacy of our minds. So as you continue on your journey, face your fears, conquer them, and remember, courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. So be courageous, be brave, be strong, and above all, be stoic.